Has it said anything now?
Yeah, we're good to go.
G'day there, Signets and Swanlings. I'm Chris, a friend of the podcast, a Bevy of Bloods, your go-to fan podcast of our beloved Sydney Swans. I'm joined here today by another red and white tragic, my fellow home game member from the O'Reilly stand, Brett. Noddy is away, enjoying the birth of his first baby, so congrats to Ned and Noddy. We wish you all the best, and we look forward to seeing you very, very, very soon. But together, we bring you a quick bevy with Swans fans, a weekly bonus series in which we are having a quick chat about all things blood related. So, Bretty, can you please give the punters an idea of how a quick bevy works?
I can do, Chris. So here at a quick bevy, we're going to ask, we do ask a fellow Swans fan or fellow Swans fans a couple of questions, and they're either related to our team or AFL in general. Each question, you only get 45 seconds to answer. And for those who are listening in, when you hear the sound of a beer can being opened, that means there's only 5 seconds left. So with that in mind, Chris, first question to you. Now, question one, Sydney has placed a bid for the AFLW. What does this mean to you as a Swans fan?
This makes me really happy. I've got a bit of a story with this one. When I was a young boy playing in primary school, playing AFL back in Sackville Street, Ingleburn, we were terrible team, and we needed all the help we could get. And one of our really good friends, Kelly, she was a tall girl and she wanted to play AFL. And me and my best mate, who was the captain at the time, Nathan, we got really excited. We're like, oh, brilliant. Kelly wants to play AFL. We can't wait. We could use all the help we can get. And we reached out to all the teachers and asked them that question. And they all turned around and said, no, girls don't play AFL. They're not allowed to. So it gives me that kind of sense that there's Kelly's out there somewhere, probably a big Swans fan. She didn't get the opportunity to play, but her daughter might, and her granddaughter absolutely will. So I really look forward to seeing this as being the next big stage for our lovely Swans. More football is better for me. So I can't wait. I really can't.
Nice one. Very good response to that. Now, for me, yes, I think it's great that we're going to have a team now. I don't watch a lot of AFLW at the moment because I don't really have a team. I mean, I am from Western Sydney, so I, in theory, probably think I should be following the GWS Giants women's team, but I would love it if we had a Swannies team. There's more women now playing AFL, which is unreal because the talent pool is growing, which makes the game more exciting as well. So I think it's going to be great. And what I actually used to play for the UTS Bats. Sorry for all the Sydney Uni and the Pennant Hills and Eagles fans. But I used to play for the UTS Bats, and there was a women's team, and I would love it if I saw a few of the women coming through from the Shamrocks and playing for the Swannies AFLW team.
Solid. Perfect timing. Alrighty, next question. Recently, last couple of days, a current NFL player, that's gridiron for some of us, has revealed that they are openly gay, being the first current player in NFL history to do so. When do you think this will happen in the AFL?
First thing, I thought it was awesome because we've seen it with a couple of rugby players have come out and announced that they are gay in recent years. Look, I don't know the answer as to when it might happen. I would like to. I think it'd be great if it happened this year. Guys should be able to just be open about it. Because in society, people are obviously much less fearful of coming out or explaining the sexuality. But when you got guys like Jason Ackermanis from a few years ago, it does make it tough. But look, that was a generation ago, so I'm hopeful that it's within the next couple of years. But I don't know. I've only played club footy, not been around any professional change rooms, so I don't know what the attitude's like. But fingers crossed, if there are guys out there, it'll happen soon.
Yeah, I'm kind of totally with you. I think the question whether there are LGBTQI positive players in the teams is no doubt it absolutely would be, and it just kind of is a bit of a shame to our society generally that they just can't come out and be who they are openly to the public forum. But having said that, it's no one's business, right? It's not my business. It's not anyone's business what they decide to do, who they like. So uh, I would love for it to happen because I'm sure there's a lot of kids at home uh, that are orientated in different ways that would love to see some of their, heroes coming out in such big forums. But at the end of the day, they do it when they're ready. And really, as supporters, we just need to be there, ready to support them when they do come out. And look, there's going to be heaps of people complaining, but the loudest people aren't always the correct ones. They're just the loud ones who just are afraid of
Mm.
change, So
And we have seen that. So
yeah, we have for sure. Yeah. So the loud ones, they're not correct. They're just loud. And they typically just have not much to complain about anyway. So bugger them.
good point. Very good point regarding at the end of the day, it's no one's business, but you'd like to feel that people can be comfy
Yeah.
talking about whatever they want.
Yeah. All right. But
Okay,
next one.
good response. Question 3.
Oh,
So Errol Gulden, Braden Campbell, and Chad Warner, they've all had injuries at the or they've all got injuries at the moment. They appear to be overuse or slow onset injuries. Whether or not it's due to the intensity and the workload of senior footy, do you think we shouldn't be playing these young guys too much too early, even when they're in the form that some of these guys have shown?
yeah. Good question. Look, how do you get kids into form? You got to play them, right? Um, and it's kind of becomes quite apparent with guys like Gulden that he didn't need any time in the VFL to be, at an elite level immediately. So would I prefer for him to get injured in the VFL rather than the AFL? Absolutely not. Might as well throw him in the AFL. Um, you know, it's one of those things where they're probably going to get injured at some point anyway. I mean, but some of these, the big bodies that are in AFL, guys who have spent 4 years kind of bulking up and being able to keep that fitness and throw in a couple of like 74-kilo kids at them. Yeah, it's probably they're going to have some troubles there. Now look at McInerney, the guy is so skinny. He's still being able to run rings around people and take his hits. So look, I don't know. I have faith in that we probably are doing the right thing, but yeah, the kids play them in AFL. Don't waste their time in VFL if they're not having to do that.
Fair enough. And look, I agree. You can't get senior footy form if you're not playing senior footy. So it's great to see them on there. I don't think you can have a one size fits all approach. These guys that are in, I think Campbell and Warner have got shin injuries, so probably a bit of overuse, or Gulden's got a foot injury. It sounds like it's stress related. It might just be the amount of work that these guys do running around that's causing it. So maybe their training program needs to change a little bit. I think they should still be playing footy, senior footy, unless the step up is that big. I just don't know. As I said, I've never played senior footy, so I don't know the difference between taking a couple of hits in VFL versus AFL. But maybe you just need to look at their training programs and how they're getting themselves up to fitness.
Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we've got a really topical question here. Disposable plastic beer holders at the ground need to go. Cardboard ones, they're great initially, but they dissolve by the time you get to the seat. And all we do is end up just making the SCG Trust a little bit richer with these pathetic excuses for trays. What do you reckon is the next best initiative to come for us drinkers?
Yeah, very topical, especially amongst all us Swannies fans who sit together. Yeah, look, I agree. I feel it's they've got to go. The disposable not only holders but cups probably need to go. So I do love that they switched to cardboard. You know, it's having a crack, but as we know, it appears to be also just a disposable tray that you can only use once. So with that in mind, why not use reusable cups with handles where you can easily carry 4 beers? The reason we've got those trays is to carry 4 beers.
Yeah.
That's the maximum you're allowed. And there's a group of 10 of you, you want to carry 4. So, reusable cups with handles. Hopefully that's the future for now.
The answer to all our problems is a handle. But yeah, I mean, I'm continually convinced that the SCG Trust actually don't know how to run a stadium or don't know how to run an AFL stadium. Like, as soon as quarter time gets kicked off, you go to the bar and the bar staff are all sitting there perplexed of why there's a whole bunch of people in the lines. Like, so they all start looking at like, how many do you want? I'm like, just start pouring and don't stop pouring until everyone's back at their seats. So I don't think that the SCG Trust actually quite understands that concessions and drinks and food is an integral part of running a good stadium. You know what I mean? So what's the next bitch initiative? As you were saying, let's just go ahead with those reusable cups. GWS have them. GWS have reusable cups. We don't. Hey, Japanese baseball, people walk around with kegs on their back and they deliver beer straight to you. You just got to hold a cup and they put it right in there. So like, what is this? You know, like, can we sort this out? This is actually quite hurtful. I'm a proud
for those of us that care.
Oh, it's brutal. It's the closest stadium to me, and I get disappointed every time I go to a bar there.
Very, very good points. Let's hope we got people walking around with kegs on their back soon. Kegs. That might be the way forward. Bring your own cup.
BYO beer. Next step.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for today's episode. So those who want to leave any comments or questions, just leave them in the comment section wherever you're watching this video.
Yep.
And we'll try and answer them next time.
And remember, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out A Bevy of Bloods. It's a longer form analysis of the game that's been, the game ahead, and plenty of other Swans and footy chat as well. And you can find both A Bevy of Bloods and A Quick Bevy on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you would listen to normal podcasts. So until then, Can the Bloods.
Count the Bloods.
Swannies.
Yeah, Swannies.